In this episode, I fulfill a newly discovered lifelong goal, directing a scene in Booth 42 with star of the Galactic Silver Screen, Vavianna Vardot.
And I just bathe in her intoxicating scent and the aura of her fame.
So roll up your towel into a pillow, lean back, and
prepare to hear us perform a steamy scene from Vavianna's upcoming film and learn about an up-and-coming star named Zinn Veranda.
Shut up and sit down.
welcome back to Hitchhikers and Appetizers, coming to you from Booth 42 in Millyways, the restaurant at the end of the universe. I am, of course, Trellis Gardeen, and with me, as always,
Yes.
he's beautiful on some planets, not so beautiful on other planets. Depending on what planet is on, he could be considered lightweight, and on other planets, extremely heavy.
Yes. But gorgeous, especially when we're talking about quantity.
I didn't get to your name.
Oh no, I spoiled the surprise for our listeners.
Horatio Zinn is here, acting uppity as usual.
Oh yes, I lit a fire literally under my buttocks, and it was not a good idea. I had sat down accidentally in one of the ice sculptures, and I was a bit frozen back there, and so I thought I'd light a fire.
Now, ice sculptures are usually up on tables and things of elevated note. I'd like to know how you got up there.
Oh, I was wondering where you were going with that.
Well, because that would require you to actually A, move, and then B, elevate yourself.
Well, I had to get closer. Next to the ice sculpture, of course, there was a tower of cake.
Well, that explains
and
it.
I wanted to get to the top cake.
Some people talk about having to motivate an animal by putting a carrot on the end of the stick.
Yes.
But I guess in your case, it would be the cake on the end of a table.
Yeah, carrot would be a wonderful way to get me to run away.
Yeah.
Like when you have racetracks or something, it's like, oh no, the carrot's going to catch me. And I would win. I would win the race.
Mm-hmm. Now, you mentioned fire earlier. I had overheard some of the servers talking about there was a little fire in the kitchen, or a little explosion, and they found a note that was written suspiciously in condiments, and it said, "Bring more firecracker shrimp, or I'm going to," and then you really couldn't read the rest of it because it looked like it had been licked.
I got impatient with my threat.
Oh, so you're admitting it?
Oh yes, I'm proud of it.
Wow, I'm the greatest detective ever. I'm the greatest. I thought this was going to take me a lot more time to get it out of you.
Oh, it doesn't take long to wear me down. Many a detective has found me to be anticlimactic in that way. They set it up. They have witnesses. They have various people who are going to come in and totally turn my story around. And from the beginning, I'd say, "Nope, I did it. Wins dessert."
You never cease to amaze me, Horatio. Never.
That's why I'm here. That's why I'm an enigma wrapped in I don't know, what are those things, the folded paper where you try to decide who you're going to marry or who you're going to kill or something like that.
Well, if I had one of those, I probably would have not married 23 other beings.
Oh, that's true. Or you would have had a lot of paper, a lot of folded paper.
I don't know. There was a lot of paper to have 23 different possible selections.
Oh, that's true. Did you not? I was about to ask if you really took the time to select and such before you got married, but I know you, and I know it was very slipshod, haphazard.
As easily as you give up yourself to crimes, I do, as in saying I do, and walking down the aisle.
I don't call them crimes. I call them things that happen. It's not very profound, but crimes are just activities that I didn't know were bad.
Well, you know what's a crime, though?
What's that? That we haven't talked to our guest yet?
Yes, you read my mind.
Yes.
You read my mind.
Yes, I did.
I don't like that. But you are correct. You are still correct. Let's introduce today's guest. Welcome to the booth. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, thank you for having me. Maybe I won't tell you about myself, but I'll ask you, Horatio, why you ruined the ice sculpture of my gorgeous body by slamming your body into it.
It was not intentional. It was, if I had known that was your body, this is going to be tricky, not to say in an offensive way, but I don't want to offend you by saying I wouldn't have slammed up to you, but I don't want to offend you by saying that I would slam up against.
Well, listen, this is a party of very important and well-heeled people that the two of you are, frankly, making a little shabby.
Oh.
So can you mind your manners?
Oh my! Oh, I didn't know. Oh, look at I didn't notice the illustrious company that appears to have.
I don't usually really mind what my manners are, to be honest.
Well, everyone's in tuxedos, except for the two of you.
With Trellis, it's what everyone else thinks is just something everyone else thinks.
But can you not see the gorgeousness that is me? I've had a lot of work done from my home planet of Glandar, and frankly, I think I'm the best looking being in this whole place.
Of course you do.
Well, Trellis, I would say you are quite attractive, but
Thank you.
you know sometimes when a celebrity has had so much work done that their lips don't move at the same time that their mouth does, it's like, why?
Yes.
What has happened to them? Have they had a stroke? There's a little bit of that that's happening, Trellis. I'm just going to be honest with you, because I too have had a lot of work done.
I know you have not. That looks all natural. It's all natural.
You look like a frequent Glandar visitor, and I'm going to say you look lovely. Very lovely.
I have had all my toes removed.
Oh my! How does that affect your balance?
I was just thinking the same thing.
Oh, it's terrible. I really can't walk. I can only really sit down. And when I need to go from one place to another, I usually just have a few young bucks carry me.
I noticed that earlier. They're sitting over here, and they're glistening.
They are.
I don't want them in the booth though, because they've got more muscles than I do, and I can't have.
And they're wearing much less clothing.
Yes.
And a lot of bare flesh would be touching.
Very oily.
Very oily. Are those diapers they're wearing, or what would you call those? G-strings, diapers?
Yeah, they're like loin cloths, but they do the same job as diapers. It's so that they never have to leave my side. I do have to change them occasionally.
I have a question on that. You said G-strings, and it's a diaper?
Yes.
That must be the most absorbent string in the history of the universe, because
that's not there for them to poop on it.
I can't even see the string in the backside. The one's turned around right now. I see if there's a G-string on there, it is so tiny going down that butt crack. I find it very hard to believe that's going to actually stop anything from coming out.
Well, I don't really give them much in the way of food or a very small amount of water, so that it's really, it's more decorative than anything. They don't last long. I have to replace them pretty often.
That's good. You get disposable.
Disposable bucks?
Yes, disposable bucks.
Yes. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. We're going to put that bucks here. I have to write this down in condiments, so I'll remember.
Is that bucks with an X or a C and a K?
Oh, with an X. Well done.
I might have to get myself some of those. But if it was not a male buck,
yes,
would that be a does? And it could be carried around by does?
Yes, does. DOEX.
Yes.
Doe.
That's right. It's not strong generally, so you need a few more of them.
I am on board with that. Now you mentioned you don't like to walk around. Are you an ice sculpture model? Because I would imagine.
Oh yes, we don't know.
You would probably just be able to stand around. You wouldn't have to do any moving. It's probably.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I assumed that everyone knew who I was because I am a gigantic celebrity.
Oh.
It must be that I just got so much work done that I look 10 years younger than I did before. But I am an actress. I am a storyteller. I am a woman of the world. I am a wife to many.
Oh.
It's interesting, Trellis, that you and I have never been married, because I've had many ex-husbands, as I know you've had many ex-wives.
Yes, true.
It's almost like a second career. It takes up a lot of time.
Oh God, so much.
Yes.
And that's why I did the all-in-one divorce to save time.
Yes.
Much more streamlined process. All 23 wives. Boom. Done.
Yes.
One swift divorce.
Yes, very efficient.
Here, going over my lines because I have an audition later after my...
You have to audition? You have to audition.
I know.
You don't just walk in and say, I'm here, start the cameras rolling.
I was on offer only for quite some time, but then as you age, they stop caring so much for you, and they make you do things that, frankly, are...
How dare they?
Agreed. They're a little embarrassing. So, yes, I am auditioning again for the roles that I used to just be offered or given or begged to do.
See, I already feel incredibly protective of you and your career and legacy, and I don't even know your name.
Oh, sorry. It's Vavianna Vardot.
This is Vavianna
Vardot.
The double V.
Oh, I am so embarrassed. I did not fall down on your feet.
I can't say I've seen any of your work, but I've heard people in the waiting rooms in Glandar talking about your movies.
Yes, for a while there were many people that were getting the Vavianna, which was, they would get my eyes and they would get my nostrils.
The nostrils would be in the shape of V. They would be in the shape of V's.
That's right. At first, it's very off-putting, but then you get used to it, and you'd rather have that than anything else.
Well, it's more aerodynamic. I mean, the airflow is increased. We did studies, and it did show that airflow and breathing capacity was improved with the Vavianna.
Indeed.
It certainly works for snakes, I understand. Yes.
And it's part of why my acting is so breath heavy. I do a lot of breathing when I act, and it's my signature.
I just want to say one of my favorite films. Now that I know who you are, and I could properly kiss your
Suck up.
your ego. Suck up.
Suck my ego. That's how we say it.
Suck your ego. Oh, that's wonderful. That's so
I
beautiful.
think she said stroke her ego, not suck her ego.
Oh, I'm sorry. Suck your ego is something different.
No, I did say suck my ego. I did.
Oh, did you? Okay, I'm sorry.
You did suck or stroke. I guess those are just different stages
Agreed.
of ego enhancement, really.
I'm gonna guess the sucking comes after the stroking.
It can happen in
You think so?
I don't mind.
Something's wrong, Trellis. Are you all right? It sounds like you're emotional there.
I am. I was trying to imagine her most provocative role, and I got emotional.
My favorite is from the film where there's a storm, a hurricane, and these people are trapped in this hovel in this hurricane, and you were the hurricane, and it was amazing. It was wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
I really did not think they were going to. I did not care about the story of the people in the home. I just cared about the win.
Yes.
Because of your performance. Yes, I was rooting for the hurricane.
Rooting for the hurricane.
I won an award that year that film came out for the most devastating movement in a film, which is a category that is hotly contested every year, and I was very excited.
You actually destroyed real buildings
Yes.
in that role, didn't you? And there was actual devastation and death, as I understand it.
Yes, and it was after that I got my toes removed because they were just beat all to hell.
Oh, suffering for your art. Suffering for your art.
True. Very true.
What did you do with the extra toes? I know that might sound a bit morbid, but I'm sure there's some collectors out there who might be wondering.
Oh, of course, yes. I mean, there's a whole market, and so I fetched a pretty good price for each one. Of course, the ones that were more damaged than the others went for a higher price because they were damaged on the set of a well-known film. Some of them ended up as the decoration on the walls at restaurants that serve meat on buns.
Oh yes, oh yes. I believe that's Hollywood Planet is the name of it.
Yes, Hollywood Planet.
A whole restaurant with just lots of collectibles on the walls.
Now, how many toes did you actually have taken off? Your feet are pretty big there, so I mean, it looks like there's quite a few toes. That's more than I have for sure.
They're perfect, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Trellis is feet are the perfect size, is what.
That's right. Thank you. 36 toes on each foot. So I made a pretty penny off of those.
Now, this is just my mind at work. Did you sell maybe one foot individually, and then keep the second foot together as a set? Because collectors are big on having the full set, but also some individual sales.
That would have been a very good idea, but unfortunately I paired them together, like the big toe on each foot came as a twofer, and I just did it that way. So maybe there's people, selling them together, reselling them, who knows. I autographed each one too, so they're quite valuable.
And you numbered them, I assume, so they'll know the sequence.
Yes.
Did they come with a certificate of authenticity?
Oh, of course. Yes, of course they do.
Ooh, and then probably like a little kiss, on there just for a little extra.
Yes, and a bottle of my perfume.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
I was wondering what that intoxicating scent was. That's just not your natural pores seeping out.
Well, I mean, part of what we put in the perfume that makes it smell the way that it does is my actual pheromones.
Oh, very good.
That excreted through ducts in my back.
Oh, okay.
Not ducts with a T, but actual ducts with the C-A.
Oh, look at them. Oh, they're adorable. Look at all the...
Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, can I pet them?
Oh, Please, they enjoy bread.
I'm sorry, I don't want to invade your space there.
Will petting them cause them to excrete more pheromones? I don't want Horatio to turn into like a love-starved maniac here. I mean,
no. It's bad enough when I'm food-starved.
True. Do the Bucks also serve as a protective unit for you?
Oh, for sure. They are my security detail.
Okay.
So if anyone gets out of line, they will make sure that they don't harm me. But you are right. If the pheromones get kicked up, everyone in the restaurant's going to go mad.
I did notice at this other table, you might want to be careful. I saw a nostril flare a bit. The scent passed by and they just...
Can't have that.
So that could be the beginnings of something. No.
Is it possible that people might become so intoxicated that they just start floating towards the booth?
Oh, it's like in the cartoons when they smell a pie and the pie
exactly
them under the nose and kicks them away. It is like that. Yes.
Oh, that's what I've had that happen. That's one of the few times I floated. That I floated above the ground. I was just intoxicated by the smell. It was a burrito.
I would have thought that something a little more high level would have gotten you, Horatio. But really, now that I think about it, a microwave burrito is probably appropriate to get you to actually move.
It was from a very high-end convenience store.
Mm-hmm.
Things are in packages.
Whoops. I hope you don't mind. I hope this isn't too much of an imposition, but would one of you mind running lines with me for my audition later?
Oh, that would be wonderful. I did a bit of acting back in the day.
You have that voice.
Thank you. Yes. That was what they said at the auditions, and then later when they realized that I forgot to show up for rehearsals and things like that, they said the voice is not quite enough to carry you.
You still need a craft, don't you?
Yes, and what's the other word? Dedication. Stick-to-itiveness.
Work ethic.
Oh yes, that's the one. That's the one I'm missing.
This scene is from a film that is about older individuals finding love. You know, the love stories are all about young people. This is about old people finding love later in life. You, Horatio, will be playing the role of Startax, and I'll be playing the role of Vavianna. They wrote the role for me. Now, it's been an on again, off again. We've just had, the last time we saw each other, we had a terrible spat.
Oh, no.
But you're coming to me to ask for forgiveness, and that's kind of your motivation. Does that help?
Okay, asking for forgiveness.
Yes.
That's a natural for me.
Right.
Are you sure this role wasn't written for me?
Who knows? I mean, if you audition with me, if you want to, I mean, you never know, you might get cast.
Oh, wonderful. The universe needs that. They need that.
Can I call action?
I was hoping that Trellis could read the stage directions.
Yes, Trellis, you read the stage directions. I bet you do that well.
I've never acted like you have.
You don't have to act to read stage. Don't get above your station. You're just reading the stage directions.
Can I also call action, and can I use these 2 breadsticks to make the little...
Sure, yes, please. Let's get into it.
Stage direct.
Lights up. I believe it starts. No, it's a lights up. Fade in.
Fade in. Dark screen. Fading in slowly. Vavianna is center stage, if you will. Center booth. How about we go center booth? Horatio.
Center. Always center.
Is stage booth left.
Booth stage left. Wait. Was that my left or your left?
Booth left.
Booth left. Oh, all right, good. Now I know where I am.
And action.
Startax, how dare you come waltzing in here with that look on your face?
It's the only look I have, Vavianna.
You think that bringing a bouquet of my favorite flowers will do anything to change my mind about the man that you are?
Yes, I hoped it would bring joy.
Can we stop for a moment, please?
Cut. Yes. Is that a problem? Is that a problem?
You're really,
He's bringing it.
Really...
He's bringing it.
No. Horatio, you got to just do it right with some feeling.
Oh.
I don't want it to feel like you're reading it like you're a child in a kindergarten class. I want it to...
Oh, I totally misunderstood. I was trying to really investigate and make the most of each word, that I found that I was having trouble reading them.
I've got an idea. Since I'm directing here, I'm the director.
Yes. Oh, you're the director now, not just the stage manager.
Yes. Oh, I asked if I could be the director, and Vavianna said yes. So yes,
You
I am
asked
the
if you
director.
could say if you could use some breadsticks. I didn't say.
No. I think someone is trying to move into the head office without, asking for a keep.
Where would I be without self-promoting myself to director? So anyway,
That's true. No one else would.
no, exactly. I'm taking initiative. Horatio, I'm gonna try and help give you your motivation. I'd say pretend Vavianna is a plate of firecracker shrimp that you're trying to win back.
Oh, no.
Your love of firecracker shrimp. You've wronged it. You've wronged the firecracker shrimp.
Why would I wrong the firecracker shrimp? I would never do that.
Yeah, well, exactly. That's it. You didn't realize you were doing
We're
it.
taking it for granted.
Exactly. You
I'm
expected
taking the
them to
shrimp for
always
granted.
be there for you, sauce and all, and you let them go cold.
So I brought flowers to this plate of firecracker shrimp.
No, in this case, pretend it's a new cup of warm wham bam sauce. Because you let the you let the wham bam sauce, which in this case is the fire of your love, go cold, and the firecracker shrimp were unhappy to be dipped in that cold sauce.
Where do the flowers come in? That's what I'm not sure. Am I giving the flowers to the shrimp or to the sauce?
To Vavianna.
Or am I giving the sauce?
I am the shrimp.
She is the
I am
shrimp.
sauce.
Oh, yes, you're the shrimp.
She is the shrimp that you have left to be dipped in cold sauce, the cold sauce that is your love. The sauce is your love, Horatio.
This film has...
Trellis, I think you were born to be a director.
Thank you.
At first, I was shocked that you even brought it up, but I must say you are quite good at this. Quite good.
Thank you.
One of the things about Trellis is that no matter whether his ideas are terrible or not, he will push them and have that... He's in total possession of the confidence to just...
Well, she's pushing with me. She's on board with this whole motivation I'm giving you.
Well, she's just classy. She's just going to be classy no matter
True.
what.
Very
So,
true.
I'm just saying.
This was a low class booth until she got here, and I think people have been noticing us more now. I've been seeing people looking over here, which they never do.
I'm wondering if I'm in trouble.
I don't know. Hopefully this will not be bad for your career.
Oh, it definitely will.
That people, how generous of her to hang around with this detritus.
All right, so let's try this again. Take two.
Yeah.
Take two.
Or should we start another scene? Or do you want to keep doing the same scene?
Why don't we just make this one our own? Throw it away. But it's the same setup, okay?
All right, we're just going to work it. A little improv.
Trellis, read it again exactly the same way as you did the first time.
Yes.
My lead up?
Stage direction. Yes.
Okay.
Stage direction.
We're going to improvise. We don't have to stick to the script, though.
It's a dark screen, slowly fading up. Vavianna is center booth. Horatio is booth left. And
Am I in the booth? I'm to the left of the booth?
you're in the
Did I
booth.
move between
Oh my
takes
God.
here?
You're in the booth on the left-hand side, Horatio.
Ah, very good. Where I am now.
Remember, cold wham bam sauce. And action.
Startax, how dare you come waltzing in here, trying to make me feel differently about you than I did previously.
You look so golden brown and crunchy, I could not stay away.
Startax, thank you. While I do consider that to be quite a compliment, you're not just gonna get my attention again by using fancy words to stroke my ego. I'm sorry, to suck my ego.
Oh, yes, I know. Stroking the ego that's something that we might need to save for later, but the sucking of the ego must take place now, and it must be dipped in lots of sauce.
Listen, Star.
It's the best way to suck the ego is with sauce, because otherwise it's a bit dry. Is that romantic enough for you?
Cut.
Was that wonderful? How was that? I felt it.
I don't know if you were trying to give a line there, or were you just trying to comment on your scene being romantic enough?
I agree, Trellis. I feel like Horatio just took over. This movie wasn't written for Horatio. It was written for Vavianna.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood. I thought that we were collaborating on this scene.
Horatio, do you see the spotlight on her? The Bucks are holding the spotlight on Vavianna, not you.
I totally misunderstood. I misunderstood again my place in the narrative.
You are a supporting actor.
Oh, so this isn't like this. I'm sure in the context of the film, is this character one that's very important, or is this one that he walks into a scene, says something, and later people think, what was that about? Why didn't they cut that?
He is a big part of the story, but you have to understand that when you have an actress of my caliber,
Yes.
everyone bows down to me in a scene as part of their performance. They can't outdo me or outshine me.
I was just going to say outshine. No way.
So I need to find a balance between incompetent and competent.
Yes.
Barely adequate. Looking for an adequate.
And you maybe don't need to hit the literal shrimp references so much.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was trying to get into character. I was trying to.
I mean, use it to motivate you. Think about the shrimp, but it's still Vavianna. She's not like a giant shrimp in front of you that you're imagining dipping.
So you would not have the crackling, the breadedness. And...
No, golden brown. No.
No.
Frankly, can I apologize for him, Vavianna? Because I think
someone must.
He called you golden brown, and as soon as he said that, I knew he wasn't centered anymore. And he was
but the emotion was there. It was raw, vulnerable.
It was very
raw and wrong and vulnerable, or raw and vulnerable.
Raw.
Oh, very good. I'm not used to hearing that. I'm used to hearing wrong. We should try it again. I will try to.
Third take.
I will subsume. I will find my place.
We'll see.
My place.
Right back.
You should.
Right back in.
Finding my place.
Startax, how dare you walk into here with that attitude, like you're just gonna win me back?
I'm sorry.
Startax, in all the years that we've been together, I've never heard you utter those simple words, the words I've been longing to hear, that you're sorry.
Well, I am sorry.
For what exactly, Startax? Do you even know what it was that upset me so badly that I sent you away forever?
I have the list you sent me, and I've checked them off, and you just take a look at this. This will tell you everything, and then add an "I'm sorry" at the end.
Startax, that was my grocery shopping list. Oh, but
I misunderstood.
It's something. I guess it's something. Startax, I'd like to invite you back to my den, if you would spend the night with me and the pups.
That would be wonderful. Should I get the overnight bag from my car, or should I?
Yes, but don't assume that this is game on again. You're still in trouble. This is just a probationary period, but the look of you, the swagger that you said you're sorry with, it has overtaken me, and I can't be away from you for much longer.
I'm right here.
Now that was a good
scene.
Was that it?
Wow.
I like the fact that I did not have to remember much.
Please tell me this is leading to a sex scene.
You're just letting yourself respond and be true. That was your truth, Horatio. It was very, very powerful, I would say. Wouldn't you, Trellis?
Oh God, I was.
Also, I tried to find when you gave me that look that said, "Take it down and don't talk so much." And
you internalized it. Wow, did you internalize that?
Eyebrow raises when you feel like your scene partner is trying to.
You internalized her notes like a plate of firecracker shrimp, Horatio. If I had not had all of my hair removed to keep me nice and sleek, it would have been standing on its ends. That's not
I bet
possible.
the hair, wherever it was, they chopped it off and they stored it. I bet it's standing up.
And Vavianna, my goodness, you came. The shift. I saw the shift from anger, and then as soon as Horatio, had Startax just so simply say, "Wow," turned on it. Wow.
Yes. What a lesson. What a lesson.
Powerful. Less is more, which is ironic because really, Horatio is a lot of more.
Yes.
Yes. Now we know that Horatio is multifaceted and very talented as an actor.
Oh, I was wondering. All the years, these talents tend to get lost in the folds of time. Let's just call it the fat folds of time. Lost. I probably have a program or something in here from a past performance. Probably adhered to the skin, but.
Now, Horatio, if this works out for you, would you be willing to sell your toes?
That would be difficult. It would depend on if there were enough bucks to carry or dough to whichever. I don't want to discriminate.
I think you're going to need both, to be honest.
I need bucks and does, and perhaps some moose. Perhaps some moose in there he has to carry. And I in that case, if there were enough, then yes. Otherwise I would just fall over.
Well, to be honest, you wouldn't have to sell your toes unless your career was faltering like mine was. But
no, not yours.
No,
not yours. Would falter.
With this comeback, this is This is going to
Yes.
be nominated for a few awards, I'm sure. The unis for most best picture in the universe, best editing. Well, the heat between you two has to lead to a passionate, on fire, on screen kiss. Would you two perhaps do an on screen kiss?
I don't. Are we on screen?
Well, it's off screen, but
Trellis. Trellis, are you getting into your...
I'd be willing to do it if you would, but maybe we should save it for the actual audition.
Oh, that's true, with the fire. The fire.
If
The
you
build-up.
come in for the actual audition, it would be, likely that you would get cast in the film.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. I'm going to need something after this whole thing dries up. So that would be wonderful.
Yes.
What?
Yes,
I
of
would
course.
love to. I would love to. That would be a whole new career. Trellis, you could be... I'm sure we could find something for you to...
Director's chair, thank you very much.
Oh!
I just took your performance from a 0 to hot flaming wham bam sauce. Thank you very much.
Wow.
Not to disagree, but I think it was Vavianna's presence inspired me.
And she said I did. I did a great job directing you. And if I can direct you, I should be able to direct anybody.
It's true. But Trellis, there's already a director that is assigned to the project, but maybe you could do some PA work or,
wonderful.
like do some crew work or something.
That sounds manual. That sounds like manual labor.
Oh yes, I think he would. Trellis would be wonderful getting coffee.
It is. Oh, maybe makeup.
Oh.
You could do makeup.
Ooh.
You are a beautiful
This is true.
creature.
Any on-set plastic surgery required, I would be all over that.
Yes, it's a great idea to get plastic surgery right before you go on camera.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
The swelling, because the camera adds how many pounds to the swelling, the facial swelling.
A lot. But
Many.
I mean that could either be a new category, or do you think maybe I could win a uni for sort of kind of like best makeup?
I mean, maybe if you get. I mean, you have a lot of competition, so you'd have to really do your best.
Yes, I have no doubt.
Maybe
I mean,
best newcomer to the category.
Yes,
Maybe
yes.
that award.
Maybe they'll feel bad for you because
I got to
you
start
have
thinking
so
about
lacking.
what I'm going to wear on the red carpet. To be honest.
It's true. I mean, I just want to point out that me swooping through your booth has completely changed the trajectory of both your careers, and that's what Vavianna does.
Thank you.
Oh, that's what I feel. I feel a spark. I
feel trajected.
As you should.
all my social media accounts. It's just through the roof. I've got followers.
You've got social media accounts?
You didn't know that?
No. When
You
did
don't
you
have a social media account?
No, I don't. Should I?
Follow Horatio on social media. Most
Yes.
of the posts are about you, Trellis.
Oh, really?
Yes. Usually things like, oh, he's staring at me again. Oh, no, he's taking up too much of the booth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he looked at my food.
There's just a lot of irritated ramblings.
Yes.
Uh-huh. I see how it is.
Some of them aren't even true. They're just things that I assume you'll do to irritate us.
Well, you do know me pretty
More of a
well,
predictive
so.
thing. I use predictive text.
Ah, okay. Horatio, what do you think you
Yes.
would wear on the red carpet?
I would something that would not make me blend in with the red carpet.
Some people have worn meat suits, from what I've heard.
Oh,
True.
but no, that makes sense because the ceremony is very long, and you might actually get hungry during it.
Very true.
So that makes perfect. Have you ever worn snack dress to the awards? Because sometimes they can last for weeks and weeks, depending on.
You could get a
Yes.
sponsor. Were you looking at her fanny when she walked by?
You can't help. You look at all of her. She's just magnificent.
She is.
How can you not just drink
Thank
that
you.
in? Drink in the perfection.
That is
Yes.
Vavianna.
Thank you.
Intoxicating.
Now,
I'm drunk.
is Vavianna your real name, or is that stage?
Oh.
You should never ask a celebrity
No.
that.
Did I cross a line?
I did have to change it to join the union because there was another person with my actual name, which is Susan Sarandon.
Ah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Susan Sarandon. That doesn't even flow.
Well, there is an alliteration aspect to it. SSVV.
Oh, yes,
Did
but
you just work?
VV.
Did you just work your way down the letters? T, U, and thankfully you got to V and found one. You didn't have to go long. It was a short film.
So you didn't go with just Vuzen Verandon.
Oh, Susan, what a great name.
Vuzen Verandon. I think the VV is wonderful because, not to offend, but va 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 boom, I think, is that kind of.
Horatio, You just gave yourself your own stage name, I think.
What was that?
Varandin.
Booze and Brandon?
And Vavianna Vardot starring in... what is the title of this, by the way?
Oh, it's called The Man That Wouldn't Hear Yes for an Answer.
Oh,
I love it.
That's fascinating.
You know what?
Was that a spoiler? Is that a spoiler for the ending, though? Is that going to spoil the ending? Indeed. It's good to know.
That's our entry today.
Is that it?
Yes.
Are we there already?
Yes, we are, but I've never really had it jump out at us like that so easily. I think today's guide entry is, what was it again? The man who wouldn't take yes for an answer, right? The man who wouldn't take yes for an answer, starring Vavianna Vardot and
Vusen
Varandin. AKA, I'm going to put in parentheses, AKA Horatio Zinn.
Yeah, I have to make sure to remember so I don't watch a film and go, oh, who is that? They look so familiar. Oh, that's me.
That's me. Oh, not me,
yes.
you.
Yeah, it wouldn't be you. You're behind the camera.
Well, I'm going to hit submit on that.
I think you should.
Vavianna, this is just, oh my gosh, this has been... I'm speechless.
Thank you.
I wouldn't be able to act because I'm so speechless right now.
I have had a great time, but I will say that this has been dreadful for my reputation. But because I had such a good time with the two of you, it was worth it. But on your way, don't talk to any of my friends, okay?
Oh no, they wouldn't talk back though, would they?
Would they even notice us for us to be able to talk to them? And if you're really worried, you can always put it, because obviously you have social media as well. Just say it was some sort of Make-A-Wish.
Okay. Oh, good idea.
Thank you for joining us for Hitchhikers and Appetizers. And of course, special thanks goes to our guest, Vavianna Vardot. I have been Trellis Gardeen.
And I continue to be Horatio Zinn. Until next time, keep your towels clean. And if you find yourself broken down and transferred into a computer, you can always ride a solar sail to freedom. So don't panic. Everything you heard in this episode was improvised, but not everything improvised was heard. This episode of Hitchhikers and Appetizers featured the voice talents of Mike Gorgone as Trellis Gardeen, Bran Peacock as Horatio Zinn, and Amber Nash as Vavianna Vardot. Finally, Hitchhikers and Appetizers is part of the Improv in Action Network. Check out other great improvised podcasts and projects at improvinaction.com. If you'd like to reach out to Trellis or Horatio, you can send electronic messages to them at our Galaxy address, hitchappspodcast@gmail.com. Or you can find them on Twitter with the handle hitchapps.
And before you go, we here at Hitchhikers and Appetizers would like to announce that we're now a featured podcast on Newsly. Newsly is an all-in-one audio super app for iOS and Android. It picks up the most trending articles on the web on topics you choose at any given moment and reads them to you in a natural human voice. For the first time ever, the entire web becomes listenable, all in one place. Browse articles from topics you choose and start playing. Stop scrolling, start listening. You can follow any topic as specific as you like, from sports, tech, business, science, Bitcoin, or even the Kardashians. We here at Hitchhikers and Appetizers won't judge you, to your face at least. Newsly will find you the latest articles and read them to you aloud. And they have podcasts as well. Explore trending podcasts from over 80 countries. As mentioned earlier, our podcast is there too. I started using it as my default podcast app. They even have digital radio. Download and use Newsly for free now from www.newsly.me or from the link in this episode's description, and use the promo code ZERS, Z-E-R-S, to receive a 1-month free premium subscription. 1 month is better than no months, I always say, and I'm Trellis Gardeen.
Shut up and sit down.